7 keys of recovery and alarm system reset. This is the program. This one right here is where you are having fun. Playtime. Raising your vibration, right? Even when you feel like shit, you gotta think greater than you feel. So, what do we do? Well, there's a lot of things you could do. You could have, and we do, at the beginning, this is what I did. I set aside time, just like you have an hour for visuals, just so that you have a routine that you're sticking to, right? And eventually you'll change it from 1 hour to, the whole day. But just to get those neural pathways built, to create some habits, you start small, right? Usually always start small with things, and then eventually it just becomes a habit and a routine. Because routine is very important. We want to have routine every day, so that you're engaging in the routine and not so much getting sucked in by the alarms. Because if you're in a room by yourself or at home alone by yourself, doing nothing and not engaging or following your schedule, your brain's gonna win. You're gonna be sucked in by the alarms, because that's the job. The job is to keep you alive, so it's gonna suck you into the alarms, to the perceived danger. So what we got to do is we create a routine. So for 1 hour a day, just like for the 1 hour of visuals, set aside an hour. You can do this any time of the day. You can do it right away in the morning, lunchtime, dinner. Me, what I did is I like to schedule out my day like this. So the morning, it was get up, make the bed, do a daily dare, take a shower, out the door, right? I was out the door from 7:30, 8 o'clock to 5 every day, following my schedule, right? So I had my schedule, right? And I'd followed it. So right away in the morning, I'd go park somewhere, like here, like I'll show you, right? Somewhere peaceful and quiet. And I did my visuals. That's done. And then I followed my schedule. And then usually in the evening time, before, I think after dinner, is what I usually did, is I took an hour and I put on groove music from the 70s, and I would put reggae, because they were neutral. They didn't get my adrenaline going, like, because I come from background where I listen to metal, right? And Nirvana, Tool, heavier type of music. And if I tried to listen to music like that, like Gojira or something like that, my adrenaline would go through the roof, and we don't want to have the adrenaline going through the roof. We want to bring down our baseline and turn off alarms. So the goal of having fun and having some playtime through your day is to break up your day a bit and to sit and dose, just like we do with visuals, right? Dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins. And to pull that baseline down. If you were to have playtime and just do playtime and allowed your thoughts to be, you could recover just by doing that. Playtime is such an important thing, because you're sitting at dose, and you're also bringing down your baseline. So when you're doing something that you have passion about, something that you're passionate about, it's not going to feel like something that you're forced to do to recover. In the beginning, no matter what you do, your passions will kind of hide, because you're looping on these what if thoughts, and the alarms are ringing loud. So, you're not thinking about, why don't I do some laughter yoga? Why don't I play some tennis? Right? That's the last thing on your mind. But what we're going to do is we're going to allow those alarms to ring. You're going to allow yourself to feel like shit, even though, you feel like shit, you're going to still do it anyway. Right? So what I did is I danced for an hour. So around dinner time, I put some reggae or groove music on, and I would just sit there and dance. And I made sure that nobody could see me. I had the door closed, because it was embarrassing for me, because I'm not a good dancer. I feel like I look dumb, right? I was the type of guy that if I was at the bar dancing, I'd be holding a beer going like this. Yeah, right? Other than that, if I didn't have that beer, I'd be, I feel like I'm exposed to, like, what would I do? And then I'm thinking too much about what, the dancing. So it's best to have your own private area, unless you're a person that doesn't give a shit and you just, want to dance. Go ahead, give her. But for me, I need to have my private space. I put my tablet with the music on, or my phone, tablet usually, put a speaker on, and I would just get right into it. Because I find that music, you just can't help yourself. You get right into it, especially if it's, groove music or, forget me nots and there's a beat like a ding, 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 ding. You can't help yourself. You're like, oh, I feel miserable. Oh, get me now. Right? You can't help yourself. You kind of get into it, even if you're miserable. But we're going to be aware that we're going to try to think greater than we feel. And this is an opportunity for you to, have fun. It's playtime. 1 hour a day. That's it. After that hour is done, stop. And then go back to, doing the dishes or organizing your CDs or whatever you do. I don't think many people have CDs anymore, but that just shows you how old I am. But anyway, yeah, if you're a person that can't really, sit there and dance for an hour because you might have chronic fatigue or ABC, fill in the blank symptom, then what you can do is just put the music on and, sit there and just groove to it, right? You can just do this. Sing along, right? Forget me now. Right? You don't have to have a hardcore dance. You don't have to be MC Hammer, right? And be like, right? You don't have to do that. You can just be casually like, right? You can just join along and then, you can learn how to break dance, maybe learn some cool moves, right? I don't know how to do that, right? These are my moves. These are, right? Like, you can do that. You don't have to move really hard. And if dancing is not your thing, just listen to music and do something else, right? You can be doing the dishes and moving your feet around, right? And then wiping to the beat, right? You're drawing the dishes to the beat. Right? You got to get creative. Find ways to have fun, right? We're going to bring up your vibration, which brings the baseline down, which turns off alarms at the same time because the brain's looking at you having fun in the middle of this danger zone everywhere, right? Mayday, mayday, all these alarms, right? All these bears, right? And you're sitting there going, right? You're busting the move while there's a bear trying to eat your head off, but you're allowing the thoughts to be there. You're bringing them with you. You're dancing with the thoughts. You're dancing with the what if thoughts. And the looping thoughts, you're going, yeah, but watch this. Before we go to the emergency room, watch me bust a move. Right? So you can do that. Or you can crochet. Or play an instrument, the saxophone. Right? Or if you want to pick up that keyboard, piano. Or guitar. Ding, 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 ding. Right? Whatever gets you engaged and something that you enjoy, do it. If you want to watch comedy, do a binge of comedy shows, do it. So you just find something that you can do that you're going to have fun doing, even if you're not going to have fun. Eventually, the brain will catch up and it will enjoy it. When the baseline starts to rest and come down, right, and the alarms start turning off because you're doing the work, that's when the brain will catch up and start to actually have fun. You're going to start laughing and not notice that you're laughing. You're going to be like, oh my God, I laughed. No, I don't want to laugh. No, this is serious. I don't feel good. I don't feel okay, whatever. Okay, that was funny. Okay, that was funny. But I don't feel like, be aware of the story that you're telling. Go with the flow of that laugh, right? Today, you laughed 2 times, right? And you went back to the old program. Okay. In 6 months from now, your job, your goal is try to have it where you kind of ride that flow, that wave of laughter, right? Until it becomes something that's on the regular basis. Until all of a sudden, you've been laughing 20 times that day. You start to lighten up. You start feeling better. You actually start feeling happier, right? And you're able to dance now when before maybe you weren't. You're actually enjoying the music. Right? In the beginning, you're doing this. You're kind of forced to do this. Yeah, I know. Think greater than you feel. Yeah, it's a little bit of a annoying thing. But this is the work, right? Eventually the brain will catch up and you'll start hardwiring happiness and bring that baseline down and turn off all these alarms, right? So it doesn't have to be something that's physical for those of you that have chronic fatigue, but find something that you can do. It doesn't have to be music, it can be so many things. This is where you got to put your mind and brainstorm and think about what you can do to really elevate and engage, bring your vibration up, have fun. It's playtime, right? We got to get back to being a kid again, right? Kids, they don't have to think about that. You just go have fun. It could be anything. They could be just standing there bored and all of a sudden they just play with a pen. And it's the best thing in the world. They'll be like, right? Start thinking like you're a kid. Have some fun. So anything's an opportunity. Try to think. For this month, I'm going to see if I can find ways to have playtime with wherever I am, right? So in the beginning, I did 1 hour just because I needed to create a routine. Eventually, I did, I broke it up a couple hours a day, right? And then I started looking for opportunities to have playtime, to have fun, right? And then eventually, this is within a couple of months, eventually my goal was to have fun all day, right? And you're going to start finding opportunities where you can have fun. Where you're going to the grocery store to buy, because you're following your schedule, right? You got your schedule out. You got, I got to go to the store. I got to buy some ingredients, my rice and beef, because I got to cook today, right? But I might have, another ingredient that I'm allowed to have in. My body's like, yeah, you know what? We're actually going to be able to eat Brussels sprouts. Cool. Opportunity right there. We're going to go to the grocery store. And we're going to get excited. We're going to have like a little recipe, right? We're going to have maybe a couple of spices if we're allowed, right? So we're going to have fun with that. We're going to drive to the store and get this stuff, the ingredients that we need, because I'm all out of rice. So we got to go get some rice, right? What do? Opportunity. Well, let's crank the tunes in the car. So you're tapping away, right? Just tapping away, like air drumming in the car, right? You're just singing along, right? Right? You're doing the air drums, the air guitar, right? And that's a great opportunity. The car is a beautiful place to have fun, especially when there's music playing. That's great. Okay, you can have like a headset, right, with your phone. Listen to music while you're at the store, right? You're like, okay, all right, I got ingredients. Oh, that's fun. Cool. Right? Like, you're out grocery shopping. You listen to music. You're in the car. You listen to music. Okay, you get home. Oh, I got to clean these dishes before we get cooking. Let's put some music on, right? So you're tapping away. You're drying the dishes, cleaning the dishes, dishes, right? You listen to music, and then you go outside. You got to cut the lawn. Like, well, the roast is in the oven. It's going to take, I got some time. So I'm going to cut the grass, right? Let's bring the thoughts with me, allow and engage, but we're engaging now into a quality engagement, right? Because you want to make sure when you're engaging, it's something quality. And you know what? We'll take this opportunity to have some fun. Let's listen to music, and we're going to cut the lawn. And this is fun. I'm enjoying this. I enjoy cutting the lawn. Oh, look, I got to make sure there's straight lines there. Oh, this one's a little off. Okay, you know what? I'm going to redo that one so that when it's all done, it's like nicely cut. It looks clean, right? You're engaging, but you're also having fun, right? You're bringing up your vibration. So, and if you can't do something that's too physical at first, because you will eventually, because you're going to expose yourself to the fears about crashing, right? Eventually, you're going to be able to get to that point where you're going to be walking. For me, walking was huge for fun because I would take my dog out for a walk. And at first it was just, outside for 5 minutes. Then it was around that little, what do you call that? Right, just down the street and then around the block and then 2 kilometers. And I made sure that, taking the dog out for a pee or a poo, and the dog liked being outside. And this is a great opportunity. When you have a dog, use the dog to bring your vibration. Have fun. Have fun with the dog. Bring your dog out. Your dog's going to love you for it. Dogs are there in your life to support your journey. So use it because they're available. Use them. So, I would walk my dog. And then eventually, well, it was a senior dog. So, I enjoyed the walk, so I would walk my dog, and then I would walk. And I ended up going for 10 to 11 kilometer walks. That's like 8 miles for you people in the States, right? And I didn't know how I was able to get to that level. I was like, what? It just started from me walking from here down the street to a couple months later, I'm doing 11 mile walks. That's about like 10K, 12K. So if you do the conversion, whatever that is, I don't know, 8 miles. And I didn't realize that I was able to, bring that leverage up there, right? I was improving in stages, and all of a sudden it became something that I added in my routine. Walking is wonderful because you know what you can do? This is what I did. This is what I still do. You go for your walk, you download the Audible app, and then you listen to a book, right? I was listening to Grant Cardone. Like, I was like getting educated. I was learning shit while I was walking on top of that. Grant Cardone, who else? Bob Proctor, Neville Goddard, Abraham Hicks. I'd listen to like motivational speakers, people that would just get you pumped, right? And, before you know it, in a week, you finished a book. And then you finished another book. And that summer, you read like 8 books, right? Because you went on your walks and you're engaged and you had fun and you listen to music on your walks. Or you just, you know what? You don't always have to listen to music. You can have, what I did is I broke my walks up. So in the morning, dog, then the afternoon, me, then dog. So I was walking like 4 times a day. And I broke it up. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do visuals while I'm walking. So, because I want to enjoy the scenery, right? So I would like, and then, oh, look at that. Oh my goodness, then take the dog. Listen to music. Woof, woof, right? And then after that, in the afternoon, I would listen to an Audible book. Oh, really? Okay. So a house can be a liability. Ah, why is that? Okay, so everything was an opportunity to build a routine, to learn some shit, to have fun, right? And before you know it, you're able to do all kinds of things. And it was throughout the whole day, not just that 1 hour. In the beginning, for like 6 months-ish, 1 hour I did the dancing, right? But my goal was to stretch that out throughout the whole day. And I would smile like a crazy person. Wherever I went, I went to the grocery store, smile like a crazy person, right? Gotta go get gas, smile like a crazy person. Hi, right? The goal is to become Ned Flanders of The Simpsons, right? You want to hardwire that happiness because you're killing 18 birds with 1 stone, right? Like killing 18 birds with 2 stones, right? So you're bringing the baseline down, turn off alarms all at the same time. You're learning some shit, right? You're doing your hobbies. You start to feel good. You're hardwiring happiness, and see all these points, right? It's amazing what you can do when you have fun, right? In the beginning, yes, it's a drag, but eventually, this is going to be something that you look forward to and can't wait to do because it's part of your routine. Not something that you're forced to do. I know in the beginning you will feel like it's forced, but eventually your brain will catch up and you're going to love it. You're going to enjoy it. And this is really necessary. This is one of the key elements to recovery.